Chamfer. You go up to modify, and it's part of the fillet stroke chamfer. So we go to chamfer. The first thing that comes up is not that in the way. Let's just get rid of that. So the first thing that you do, you'll notice when you hover over the subject, it says select edges, faces, or features to chamfer. So first of all, we can select an edge. So if we select an edge and then we go to 2 millimeters, you will see now that it's chamfered all the way around that edge there, 2 millimeters. If we stop that one, you can also select a face. And if we select a face and we do that 2 millimeters, it will go all the way around that face, every edge that touches that face. You also have another option, which if you notice there, it says features. So features are the extrude, or if you create a box or something like that. So if we go to that one, and then again, we do that for 2 millimeters, that will now do the entire box as a chamfer, or the entire shape as a chamfer. Let's just edit that feature. So we can always edit chamfers the same as you can edit fillets. So we can either add more edges or we can just delete them. So if we do an edge, let's do that one. And then we do that 2 millimeters. And let's have a look at the front there. You'll notice the first real option that we've got is equal distance. So what that means is that it's equally chamfered between that point there and that point there. But we do have an option there to have 2 distances. And this is why, if you've ever noticed up here, you have 2 boxes. But these 2 boxes, sometimes the second box will grey out because there's only one option that you've got there. So you notice the blue arrow is highlighted. If I hit the tab key, it will highlight the other one. So I can keep the top one at 2 millimeters, and then I can do the bottom one, say, at 1 millimeter. And that will create a chamfer of not equal distance. And you can kind of do that pretty much up to maybe not 22. Might be a little bit too much. Let's try 12. Yeah. So you can actually create almost like a draft. You see there that that's created almost like a draft. So chamfer is quite a flexible tool. So that's the 2 distances. You also have a thing called distance and angle. So at the moment, it's come in 2 millimeters that way, and the angle is 80.5 degrees. So you can use the manipulator, and you can maybe take that to 45 degrees or 30 degrees, whatever you want. So that's distance and angle. The other thing that we'll notice on here is if I deselect that, then deselect that, and then select that line again, we've got the same as we had. Let's go back to equal distance. What we've now done is, instead of it going all the way around, because you remember with the tangent chain, if that's on, so let me just cancel that, put tangent chain back on. If we select it and then do 2 millimeters, that will do everything that is tangentially connected to that line. But if we take that off and take the tangent chain off, it would allow us to do maybe that line, and let's say that line, and do that 2 millimeters. Okay, wouldn't allow me to, 2 meters. Definitely ain't gonna do that, innit? That's what England does to me. So 2 millimeters, that will chamfer just both those edges. So if we take that one off. So if we do again, modify chamfer, and if you remember, we can select a feature. I think Russ at some stage is going to talk about creating boxes and spheres and things like that. So I can select the feature down there, which was the create a box, and I can make that 2 millimeters. So the final thing that I'd like to just talk about is the corner type. So the first one you get is chamfer. And obviously that's what it looks like. You then get mitre. So mitre is if you'd literally just run a, whatever it is, a milling bit that way, and then up, and it would just end up as a mitre. And the final one that's quite interesting is blend, especially on a box, because that just kind of blends it and makes it a bit of a funky box. And other than that, chamfer.